Now, first on CNBC, an act aimed at changing how the White House manages Fannie and Freddie's projected losses. House Republican Scott Garrett is here to unveil some new legislation. Congressman, good morning to you.
Morning.
It's technically called the Accurate Accounting for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac Act.
Yeah.
But without putting some of our viewers on different channels, try to explain what this means.
Yeah, we were trying to come up with a more cute and clever acronym for that to make it sound a little bit interesting, more interesting than it is. What it is simply to say that since the administration is talking about transparency and accountability and all that it does, we think they should apply also to the GSEs, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. One area that the administration has been loath to deal with for the last year as far as coming up with any reforms or fixes. So all our bill simply does is to say that the OMB should do the exact same thing that the CBO does, and that is to say put it all on budget. And so you should be looking at it and say we should treat this just like any other expense and other money that we're spending, put it on budget, A, and B, all the debt that's out there for the Fannie and Freddie, that's $1.6 trillion, that should apply to our debt limit as well. Two simple facts. CBO suggests it. We think it's a good idea.
So in your view, it's a way of imposing some additional measure of discipline on the two GSEs, right?
Well, it would be discipline to it because for once we would actually have it apply to the books. And just like any other business would be doing that, and you have discipline because of that, you would have that accountability here and the transparency as well.
What would the effect be on the budget?
Well, on the debt limit, what it would mean is that we would have to come back in again. As you know, the Democrats just came in just a few weeks ago to raise the debt limit. Well, if we were going to add the $1.6 trillion that the GSEs have out there in outstanding debt right now to the debt of the United States government, the Democrats would have to come in within the next 90 days and once again, unfortunately, raise the debt ceiling again to be able to take this in. At the end of the day, it would do just what you suggested, however. Provide some accountability and make sure that Congress realizes that this is really putting the American taxpayer on the hook for all this money, and we should be accountable for that.
Right. Politically, reception to the bill, what's the vote count?
Well, we'll just be dropping it in today. It is I understand we have just had someone from the other side of the aisle agree to sign on to the bill, so it will be a bipartisan bill as we go to the floor later on to drop it in. So I would hope that, that the Chairman Frank would sign on and the Obama administration would say this is the whole idea of transparency, so we would have a bipartisan support. I'm not holding my breath, but that's what I'm hoping for.
We will see. Anything regarding Fannie and Freddie attracts a lot of critics, so it's going to get some attention,
sure.
Congressman. Thanks for bringing it to us first.
Thank you.
Congressman Scott Garrett of New Jersey.